Good morning, children. This is M. Manoj Kumar, working in Oxford High School, Uppugunduru. Now I am going to explain about maths, third lesson. Regarding maths, in the previous videos, I explained you. If you go and watch the videos, last videos, especially from the old textbook, I finished 4 lessons. So, in the first lesson, I finished regarding the maths. Okay, na? Now I will go very fast. I will read out from the textbook. Then you are capable to understand it. Already this is explained. Okay, lesson explanation given to you. Clearly I explained you. Then once again you watch that previous video. Then you are able to understand very clearly. So you know very well regarding the globe is the model of the earth. Okay, then you know the directions. First I will explain you the directions before going to read out the lesson. See, suppose if I draw this one, this is east side. So opposite to east side, west. This is north. This is south. Suppose I am standing in front of south. My back side is west. My back is west. I am straight away. I am standing in front of the earth. My back is west. Then my right hand side is south. My left hand side is north. Okay, na? You know the general information. Okay, na? So if you see, so this is indicating the directions. This is northeast. This is southwest. This is southeast. This is northwest. Okay, na? Do you understand? These are the directions we know very well. So just now I explained you. Suppose I am standing in front of east. My back is west. Myself, I am standing here. My front is east. My back side is west. Then my right hand side is south. My left hand side is north. If you see any kind of the globe, then the map. So direction they are showing this direction, north direction they are showing. Why they are showing the north direction? If you find out the north direction, then based on the north direction you are able to find west, east, south, isn't it or not? That's why in your textbook, if you see the directions, by that time they are showing the north direction. Okay, na? So this general information you know very well. So what in your textbook written, I will read out. See, in the previous chapter we have learned how to use a globe as a model of the earth. The globe has some limitations as well. Suppose if you wanted to find out locations, it is not possible to find out all locations through the globe. If you watch the map, this map, world map, that world map, you are able to find out the directions, places very clearly, isn't it or not? So, for example, if you see, this is map. Okay, na? This is vertical, horizontal. This is horizontal map. So, you are able to find out clearly the countries through this map by using the directions, isn't it or not? So, a globe can be useful when we want to study shape of the earth as a whole. But when we want to study the earth horizontally as a part, such as a country, state, district, town, village and world as a whole, it is of little help. In such a situation we use maps. Suppose you wanted to find out any country, any other state, by that time such kind of maps are very helpful instead of globes. By that time globes won't give the total information. Okay. Then in this lesson you will learn about the sketch map, components of a map and types of a map. You will also learn to locate oceans and continents in a world map. Then here one example given. Satvika happened to meet Mrudula. Satvika Mrudula example given. Satvika happened to meet Mrudula at a science fair in Tirupati. They met in science fair. Who? Satvika and Mrudula. They became good friends. Satvika lives in Tirupati. Mrudula lives in Nellore. Satvika, Tirupati, Mrudula, Nellore. Okay, na? They met in a science fair which is organized in Tirupati. Then they became good friends. Then Mrudula wanted to visit the house of Satvika in summer vacation. She asked Satvika, how could I reach your house at Tirupati? Satvika sent a sketch of her village showing her house. Mrudula could not reach Satvika's house with the help of sketch. Okay na? Mrudula, she belongs to Nellore. She wanted to visit Satvika house which is in Tirupati. Then Mrudula immediately asked Satvika, okay na Satvika, please send me a sketch map. By using that sketch map, I will come to your home. Like that she told. Who told? Mrudula told. Same. Okay na, piece of example I given in the old textbook first lesson. Okay na, that's why I am saying just observe that video. Then next one, components of a map. Components of a map. So if you see the map, which components we are able to observe? Directions, scale, symbols, colors. Directions, scale, symbols and colors. These 4 components we are able to observe in the map. Tell me those 4 components. Symbols, colors, directions, then scale. These 4 components. First of all, I will explain you regarding the directions. I explained you regarding the directions. Okay na? By using the compass, then we are able to find out the directions very easily, very clearly. So this is compass image. In your textbook, compass image given, then scale also given, then colors also given, images also given. If you have textbook, then see it. These are the 4 components, very very important and useful to find out any kind of location. Okay na? So I will read out the directions. If you stand just opposite to the sunrise, that means you are seeing east direction. I showed you. Okay na? Already I showed you. So sunrises are falling, you are in front of the sunrises, that is east direction. Your back is west direction. Then your right side is south direction. Your left side is, yes, north direction. And at your back is west, to your left is north, and to your right is south. Among these 4 directions, north is treated as the principal direction. Okay na? North is treated as the main direction. Already I explained you. This is why all the maps contain north arrow with the letter N at the top right hand corner. Top hand right corner. So this arrow they are showing, N they are showing. That indicates north direction. Okay na? That indicates north direction. When you know the north, you can find out other directions. Already I told you. For example, east, west and south. We have 4 major directions: north, south, east and west, which are called cardinal directions. Okay na? So this north, east, west, south, these directions are called cardinal directions. Cardinal directions. Do you understand? North, south, east and west, which are called cardinal directions. Other 4 intermediate directions are northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. These are all called intermediate directions. Okay na? So other 4 intermediate directions are northeast, southeast, southwest and northwest. We can locate any place more accurately with the help of these intermediate directions. Okay, na? If you find out a corner of a place, okay, na? By using these intermediate directions, then we can easily find out that direction also. Okay, so that information given in the first page. So I am turning to second page. Regarding scale given, up to now I explained you regarding the directions. So cardinal directions I explained you, north, east, south, west. These are all called cardinal directions. Then if you observe the textbook, so here they are drawing one arrow mark, they are showing north. Okay, na? If you identify the north, then you are able to identify the remaining directions very easily. Regarding that directions part I explained you. Next one is scale. It is another component of a map. The scale of a map is the ratio of the distance on a map to the corresponding distance on the actual ground. A scale can be used to figure out the distance between two locations on a map. Okay, na? If you find out the distance, by that time, okay, na, scale is very helpful. 1 kilometer distance is there from our school to, okay, na, then that pond, corner of this Uppugunduru village, we have one pond. From here to there, 1 kilometer distance is there. In scale, it is showing 1 centimeter. Okay, na? For our convenience, so we are showing like that scale. Regarding that also clear cut information I given. Regarding next one is symbols. Okay, na? Next one is symbols. It is the third important component of a map. So in the map, first important component is direction, second important component is scale, third important component is symbols. It is the third important component of a map. It is not possible to draw on a map to actual shape and size of different features such as building, roads, bridges, trees, railway lines or other things as well. So they are shown by using certain letters, shades, colors, pictures and lines, isn't it or not? Suppose I wanted to show building in a map. Is it possible to draw building shape in the map? No. By that time I will use one kind of symbol for building. If I wanted to show temple on a map, is it possible to draw temple on the map? No. By that time I use symbol. I may use another picture. Okay, na? Such a way I am projecting the temple, then trees, buildings like that. See, here clearly given regarding that. See, house symbol given. This symbol indicating the house, trees. This trees symbols given. River, blue color shade given. Then masjid shape given. Church symbol given. Masjid symbol given. Okay, na? Temple symbol given. Like that they given some symbols. If you have textbook, then observe the symbols very clearly. Do you understand? Already, so in the old textbook, these symbols explanation also I given. This is the third component of a map. By that time, in the map, we are very easy to identify the where it is temple located, where masjid is located. By using the symbol, we are able to find out that locations, isn't it or not? These symbols give you a lot of information in a limited space. In the map, we have very limited space, very little space. If we use the symbols, then we have much space, isn't it or not? Then, with the use of these symbols, maps can be drawn easily and are simple to read. If we don't know the language of an area, without asking someone for directions, you can come to know that information from maps with the help of symbols. If you don't know anybody in a particular area, then if you find out the symbols in the map, by that time you can easily find out the location by using that map. Okay, na? Do you understand? So that is third component. Next one is color or patterns. Color or patterns. So here see, this one indicating color or pattern. So before going to explain this explanation, so here he showed one symbol. This is arrow mark. This arrow mark showing north. Opposite to north, tell me south, east, west, isn't it or not? Okay na? Color or patterns. When you look at a physical map which shows the ups and downs on the earth, you can see different colors. These colors represent different physical features. These colors are used in physical map. These colors are used in physical map. Pattern and colors are also used in geometric maps for different intensities. Okay na? So I am stressing one point here. The colors are used in a physical maps. Colors are used in a physical maps. Patterns and colors are used in geometric and different geometric maps for different intensities, different reasons we are using it. Okay na? So this is about colors and patterns. Up to now I explained you about directions. After the directions I explained you scale. After that then symbols. That after that colors and patterns. Then types of maps given here. So already regarding that data also I explained you. Political maps, then physical maps, then geometric maps. Political maps, political, then physical. Third one is thematic maps. We have different kinds of maps: political maps, physical maps, and thematic maps. Political maps give you information about countries, states, districts. If you find out such information, then we are able to find this information through political maps. Physical maps, the nature of the terrain. Okay na? Then this is where plateaus are located, where plains are located. Okay, then where mountains are located. So such kind of information we will get it from the physical map. Okay na? I explained you this data earlier. Then thematic maps. So rainfall, where vegetation is located. So such information we will get it from the thematic maps. Population data, where thick population is located, where thick forest is located, where thick rainfall is falling. Such kind of information, particular information we are getting from thematic maps. So we have different kinds of maps: political, physical, and thematic maps. This is about types of maps. So this maps lesson also over. Okay na? Do you understand? Apart from this video, then previously clearly 2-3 sessions I explained you about the maps and directions. That video also you once again you watch it. Okay na? Thank you very much.